Hey guys, what's going on? As I spoke to you today, I'm going to talk to you about more of what I buy and what I eat. During my cut, I just lowered our calories. We just lowered our calories to 1900 per day. That totals 1300 calories. So what I'm going to do today is going to go through all of my shopping list. I'm going to show you every single calorie that I buy and how much it costs for me. How much does it cost for me to go on a cut and enjoy. Alright guys, here's my number one essential. So it is turkey breast mince. But what you need to look out for, this is one of my favorite ones. This one particular one is half a kilogram, has 634 calories, 5 fat, and it costs £4. What you need to look for, this one has 3% fat, so you need to be careful so you don't mix it with this one. This one has 7% fat. Also, another good thing about this turkey that I buy here is these 3% fat British turkey breast steaks. So 1 kilo of these is £6. Kilo of these cooked gives me 1240 calories and 288 grams of protein. I usually split this in 4 meals. I try to vary it, have it sometimes during lunch, sometimes during dinner. This particular one costs $5.95. What you try and avoid, I try to stay in a budget and I try to avoid the 3 for $10 deals. So basically you spend more money per 100 grams. So I'm trying to save money. I'm on a cut. I'm trying to get as much volume as I can out of my meals. Rice. What is cutting without rice? I go through about 2 bags of these per week. I try to keep my carbs as clean as possible, and I like to get as many of them. I like to keep the volume high so I stay fuller. At the moment, since we are lower on calories, almost 2 bags of these would give me 2600 calories, 560 carbs, and at the cost of $1.21 per packet, it's only £2.42 per week, which is pretty cheap, I would say, for something that does a lot of good for me. Some people like to have the other alternative, which is Uncle Ben's. I like them as well. They have a lot more flavor, but the only problem with them, they're £1 a packet and there's only 250 grams in each of them. So I don't think it's really good value for money. Another one of my essentials are eggs. I go through bunches of them. Every day I have a 6 egg omelette, and I have 2 yolks and 4 egg whites. I go through 30 of them every week, and they give me 1800 calories, 1840 to be precise. That's taking away the yolks that I don't use. That 1840 gives me 185 grams of protein, 73 grams of fat, and at the cost of £3.50, that's pretty good. I can't have food without sauces. Now on a cut, food gets a little bit dry. This is what I like to have. This is dolmio. It's about 164 calories for the whole tub, so that gives me 30 grams of carbs. Most of it is sugar, but the good thing about it, it gives you flavor at a low cost. So I had this to most of my meals. I like to have it with all my rice, and if I have pasta, it's an ideal. There's nothing better than having your turkey mince pan fried with a bit of spray oil. Cook some rice up and then put the sauce on. That's the greatest meal you could have. This is what I'm talking about. This fry light is what 1 calorie per spray. Takes about 5 or 6 sprays to put on the pan. I'm not gonna count it to my weekly shopping because I don't buy it every week. I use it's about 8 sprays. It says 8 sprays about per pan. I use about 5, I think. Don't put it on my counter, even though I should, but I don't think it's sufficient. I lose some calories elsewhere. I like to have pancakes every Sunday. I do use Alpro almond milk to make my pancake mix. So this is only 13 calories per 100 milliliters. Also tastes nice, and it doesn't have the drawbacks as other milk has. And sometimes you can get it for £1 for the packet. At the moment it's £1.56. But I checked online today and it was £1, so I'll count this as a £1 towards the weekly spend. What are pancakes without peanut butter? This is the peanut butter I typically use. This is £2.80 for the tub. I have about 40 grams, well, I have exactly 40 grams every Sunday because I weigh it on my food scale. That gives me 310 calories, 24 fat, 9 protein and 6 carbs. It's a really great source of fat. As I said, I do have pancakes every Sunday. This is the typical flour I buy. I was looking at many different flours. They all have similar amount of calories. I think I found only difference of 20 calories per 100 grams. I don't think it's sufficient since I only have pancakes once a week. A packet of this is about 79p. I will count it towards my weekly budget. Tuna. I like to have my tuna with salads. Packet of this, packet of 4 is £3. Just make sure you get the ones in water or in brine. The ones in sunflower oil are too fatty. 4 packets of these add 452 calories to my weekly count, and it has 121 grams of protein. Bread. I prefer to have the Kingsmill 50/50. A slice of that has around 100 calories. I have about 10 of them per week. I have 2 with my daily omelets. Well, daily, I'd say I only have my omelets Monday to Friday because I have pancakes on Sunday and I have something different on Saturday. But 10 slices over the week gives me 32 grams of protein and 182 grams of carbs. I know bread isn't the greatest thing, but I just can't find a substitute for my omelets. At the moment I'm not preparing for anything crazy, so I still think bread is fine. Bananas. I go through about a kilo of these, 10 of these per week. At local Asda's they're usually 68p per kilo. I like to get myself weighed one, so I get 2 bunches. I get one greener and one yellower. The one that's more green I would leave for later for the week. The one that's more ripe I would have now. Well, 10 bananas give me 1030 calories and 232 grams of carbs. Most of it is from sugar, but I do like to have a banana in my oats, and hey, I'm still losing weight. Veggies, guys. I spend around £5 on them during this week. During any week, I like to put them in I like to have salads, I like to have stir fries, I like to have lots of them in everything that I can. They add volume, they have fiber in them. I don't really count them, but it does add to budget. To the end, at the end of it, I'm about £5 worse off, or better off health-wise. Okay guys, as a good fat filler I like to have, or a snack, I like to buy almonds. They are a really big part of my diet and having the good fats in. I have 160 grams of these a week, which give me 813 calories. Just need to really be careful not to overdo it. 1 handful will fill your stomach, 3 handfuls might make you lose your appetite. Right guys, oats. These are most important thing of mine. I love these so much. I have 2 of these every single day, every single morning, Monday to Friday. For the last few weeks I've been having the strawberry and banana one, and recently I've tried the golden syrup. Amazing with banana. So a packet of these is 36 grams, has 135 calories with hot water. 10 of these give me 1350 calories for the week, 30 grams of protein, 240 grams of carbs. So overall, at the price of £2.38 for this whole for one packet, but if you buy 2 of them, they're £3. So I have one during 1 week and the other one during the other week, so it works out £1.50 overall. I might spend a bit more now during 1 week, but I'll spend a little bit less during the other week.
Alright guys, so I've finished editing, almost finished editing, just making this last clip to add to the video. Thank you for everyone who stuck with me throughout this whole video. The total calories I had bought at the shop were 11,899. The total cost of £35.25. The only reason I didn't buy enough food for 13,300 calories because I have a protein shake that I drink that takes up the rest of the calories. I just wanted to be fair. I didn't include the cost of my protein shakes or my protein or my any other supplements, because that's what I like to take or what I use. But Paul will do a video tomorrow on supplements. Maybe he will be able to give you more insight of what he takes or what I take, and maybe you will see later on. It'd be really nice if we get a like or a comment for this, and please click on the subscribe button on your bottom left, guys. All your support will be much appreciated, and thanks for watching.